नमस्कार स्टूडेंट्स हमेशा खुश रहिए दिस इज Jv'n Devashree Awasthy from Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. So the today topic is pledge. A pledge is also known as bond, which has been defined in the Chapter 9 under Section 172 to 179 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Section 172 of the Act defines pledge as the bailment of good as a security for payment of a debt or performance of a promise. The bailer is called the pledger or pawner is and the bailee is called the pledgee or pawnee. There is a case law that is in Lalan Prasad versus Rahmat Ali. The Supreme Court defined pledge as a bailment of personal property as a security for some debt or engagement. A partner is one who, being liable to an engagement, gives to the person to whom he is liable to think to be held as a security for payment of his debt or the fulfillment of his liability. Rights of pawnee. Right to retain goods. The pawnee has a right to retain the pledged goods till the time his loan is due. He can retain them for the interest of the debt and all expenses incurred in respect of such goods for their preservation. Right to retain subsequent advances. Section 172. It is always presumed that the right to retain the pledged good also extend to the money lent by pledgee to the same pledger after the date of pledge, except in the case of contract contrary to some such presumptions. Right to unordinary expenses. The pawnee has a right to get reimbursed for any extraordinary expenses incurred by him for the preservation of goods pledged. Right against true owner. When the pledger's title to the pledged good is defective and the possession has been obtained under a voidable contract, but the contract is still in existence, the pledgee has a right to acquire good title to the pledged goods. Right to receive back the goods. The partner has a right to receive the goods back once the promise has been performed or the loan and the interest has been paid. Right to redemption of debt. When a specific time has been stipulated for performance of a promise or repayment of debt and the partner does not perform such promise or repay the debt at such time, the partner has a right to redeem the pledged goods before their sale, but he shall payment any expenses arisen. A pledge is also known as bond, which has been defined in the Chapter 9 under Section 172 to 179 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Section 172 of the Act defines pledge as the bailment of good as a security for payment of a debt or performance of a promise. The bailer is called the pledger or palm. Thank you. I hope you are all satisfied from these videos.